Welcome to Roll More, a Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast set in space. We have elected to ignore 5e Spelljammer, so don't think that we care about it, because we don't. My name is Cody Wilson, and I am your producer, and I play Ludo Koros. I am your rad dad who plays the sad lad. And my Luto fact for today, I don't think I've actually mentioned this on the main feed of the podcast. I think I've only mentioned it on the Patreon, but Ludo does not know how babies are made.
Oh no, we've talked.
We've talked about it on the Patreon. I don't think we've talked about it on.
I think it came up in game that he doesn't know.
Did it?
And it was one of those. There were like 5 different conversations that were like, okay, we're gonna have to have this conversation later, and those conversations were never had. And I believe one of them was about Ludo learning how babies are made.
Did you go to a public school?
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we were in the tavern and like drinking or something, and yeah, I remember that now. Good stuff.
Well, if it did come up, we'll do a twofer then. He's super into archaeology, and he spent so much time.
That explains why he doesn't know how babies are made.
Hey, what if we have archaeologists listening to this?
Then
We don't.
I apologize for your loneliness, and I give you my condolences.
But no, he's super into archaeology. He likes finding old stuff, and it started out as like an excuse to look into his powers, and now it's just something that he really likes. And yeah, so I will pass it over to Lee.
Hello. My name's Glob. I lived in a bucket, and I loved it. I always wanted to be a sail when I grew up. I could spell my membrane out wide and just feel the wind carry me away.
Would you say that Glob is drifting through the wind?
I feel like I have a purpose now. I need to get to the tower.
Well, I think Glob is a firework, personally.
I can't tell. I can't tell if this is a TED Talk or an AA meeting. Like, I don't know.
Yes, it's both.
It's both. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Corvus, what about you?
Hi, my name is Corvus. Here's a little secret. I watch over my friends as if they were a litter of newborn pups.
Even while we're asleep.
Yes, because I'm an elf, I don't sleep. I meditate with my eyes open and focused on you.
I feel like everyone has had an instance where they roll over and Corvus is just there.
Yes.
With their eyes just wide saucers.
Yeah, like house cat on your chest.
Yeah, pupils fully dilated.
Bat.
Maybe glowing.
Yeah.
I brought you a present. Bat.
Oh.
Yes.
I love the idea of doing these facts in character, like you're all having a roundtable discussion with each other.
Sorry, I'll do that next time.
It's just Hayes now, yeah?
Yep. So, Corvus, you said that you treat us like your puppies, correct? Does that mean we get to cuddle? Snuggle?
Corvus died off screen.
This is our first time using webcams while we're recording, and we just watched Ada go beat red
Completely
and fall away from her camera.
I don't know. Should you
I'll
take
get
like
the sock
preemptive
so you can
psychic
put it on
damage
the
from
door.
that?
Should I take some hit points off of Corvus right now?
Or add temporary hit points? I don't know.
I give you inspiration.
I don't know. I'm feeling kind of energized.
Oh my God.
Noise.
Also,
I
hello. I am Salem. He, him pronouns. Hayes, they, them pronouns, and I play Hayes. So. Ada and Lee, did y'all introduce yourselves?
I did not.
Well, the previous person did say their names. So I said Lee, and then Lee. No, Lee said Corvus.
Lee said Corvus,
so
'cause-
Ada, you need to say who you are.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Ada Yen. I play Corvus, the Wood Elf Druid. And I go by she, her. Corvus is they, them.
My name's Lee Carpenter. I play Glob. I go by he, him. Glob is a they, them. And a little bucket of snot.
Yes, we
And
fully got
adorable
you over to
bucket
they,
of
them.
Nice.
Glob is an amorphous being beyond pronouns.
Absolutely.
Yes.
His pronoun is that he's an icon, okay?
Is
You know what I love?
unironically. Oh, go ahead.
It's three thembos in very different ways, different flavors, and then adorable little boy. That's what this
So
podcast
sweet,
is.
so innocent.
So sweet, so innocent, possibly asexual. We'll see.
There is nothing asexual about Hayes.
No,
Hayes is
No.
just sexual.
the most sexual.
Just sexual.
We
Alrighty,
really
folks.
firing on all cylinders tonight, guys.
Yeah, let's get
Ginger.
right into it. My name is Sam Edgecombe. Welcome back to the podcast. Shall we recap? Last episode, so many moons ago, our lovely group of adventurers finally left the tavern, got back to their damaged ship, met two new shipmates, with Peter and Percival, a gnome and gnoll, interchangeable by name. They Hayes had stolen a bounty book, an electronic bounty book, off of one of the sort of bounty hunter members inside of the tavern and flicked through it. Glob decided to put on the decorative skull they had found and had a flash to some unknown place in time and space where he was greeted by the face of a sleeping golden-eyed man who stared back at him and smiled. This group of bounty hunters whom Glob had invited to the ship arrived later in the evening and have hired the party for contract work to go to the opalescent tower in the Greenway and retrieve some sort of object. So, with all of that noted, late in the evening, the Greenway has kind of gone into this soft white glow of evening. It's floating in the density of space. There's no real day or night, but there are sort of ambient lights built into the floating island that transition throughout the day. It would probably be somewhere around midnight where we are right now, and you are all standing in front of a long stone bridge leading to an offshoot island where this large, bubbly, opalescent tower sits in the distance. The bridge is probably about 150 feet long. It's not terribly long, but you can see across the way there's a bit of greenery on the island, and up the main pathway, I would like all of you to go ahead and make perception checks real quick, if you wouldn't mind.
Ooh, first roll.
Before I do
Sam-
that, did I
Yes.
get terribly lost on the way over?
We're gonna say that luckily the group had a close enough eye on you that they were able to pull you back on track. Yeah. Very much so. You just started going down an alleyway, and probably Hayes just looped you around and dragged you along.
Sam, can I ask what bubbly means in the context of a tower?
Yes. So rather than just being, your classic wizard tower, like straight up cylinder, it does go up in a linear sense, but it has these sort of like spherical offshoots on it. So it's kind of this weird culmination of spheres rather than just a straight cylinder.
Gotcha.
Mother, is that you?
Oh.
I got a 5 minus 2 for a total of 3.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Guys, it's my mom.
I got a 17 total.
You got 12 total.
Okay. Glob is just sitting there, pupils dilated, just staring at this glowing, opalescent, beautiful tower. The rest of you notice that following along this bridge, it connects to a main sort of stone path that winds its way up to the tower itself.
I'm going to
and
take
about
the shape of the tower.
Yeah? You look like a bubble waffle now, basically.
A bubble waffle?
You've never seen those?
No.
No? It's like I'm sorry, like we're gonna get off track, but it's
Like
it's
a bunch
waffle.
of bubbles coming up.
Yeah, it's a waffle, but it has it looks like bubble wrap, basically. Yeah, it looks like big bubble wrap.
I'm gonna have to Google that later, but yeah.
I'm afraid to Google. I'm afraid to
Okay, it looks
Google
like
anything
bubble
with the
wrap.
word
Yeah.
waffle.
Yeah,
in it.
like I said, but like big
Oh my
bubble wrap.
God. That makes me
Big bubble wrap.
uncomfortable.
The best bubble wrap.
I don't
Exactly.
like that. That makes me feel weird.
I'm sorry. Anyways, flanking this main path about halfway up, there are these sort of two squat, calling them guard towers is giving them a little bit of too much credit. They're more like little, just like stone outcroppings, just raised platforms where it looks like there's little torches and maybe sort of a resting place for people.
Are they
on
little
watch.
torches? Like,
yeah,
3
they're
inches
tiny
tall?
Lego-sized torches that you can see from 250 feet away.
Amazing.
There's just like hundreds of them in there, just tiny little LED
Ooh,
lights.
So bright. I'm gonna grab them. Come here, torches.
I'm gonna pull them back. Absolute no.
Yeah. So at this point, you guys haven't really crossed the bridge yet. It's a very thin stone bridge, no railing on it, that leads out over the empty expanse of space to this separate sort of island.
I go across.
As you begin to go across, the other group that is with you begins to kind of deliberate amongst themselves. And you see that... Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I should have had this open. You see that 3 of them kind of take a step back and 2 of them walk up with the rest of you. You can gather that some kind of arrangement has been made and that essentially 2 of them are going to go in with you to get this done.
Is it which 2?
The captain is not one of them.
Okay.
But you can see that one of them does appear to be sort of this lithe elven woman, and the other one is this sort of burlier orc man.
Okay.
And they kind of begin to look across the way and whisper to each other. They look at the rest of you, and the orc man speaks up and says,
"Well, I suppose we could try to make our way up through the main way, but the rough stone on the side of the path could also be an option. We could sneak around the side of the island, perhaps undetected. A bit of a climb, but we'll leave it
I'm
up to
good at
you."
climbing. Okay. I just have one question.
You feeling lucky, punk?
What are we doing again?
We are...
Glob, we're trying to steal a thing.
That's exactly right.
Oh, I got a thing.
Is that the dog you ate earlier?
Yeah.
Oh.
Partially digest.
I shouldn't call it a dog. It wasn't
Not
really
a dog. I don't remember what it was.
It was a
was,
lizard-dog hybrid.
Yeah, we made sure not to call it a dog for a reason.
A Crestois.
Yeah,
Crestois.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yes.
Ada, what the hell?
I got a Crestois bone. That's a thing.
We're gonna have to put an entry on doesthedogdie.com, aren't we?
Ludo, what thing?
Ludo just kind of looks at the captain. Yeah, what thing?
Well, the captain's not here, right?
The captain is just like 10 feet behind you guys. It's just the other two kind of broke off. They're still there for the moment.
Are we all standing on a big red X and the captain's like 10 feet away from us?
Yep. He's going to sacrifice 2 of his men just for the facade.
Yep, just wait right there.
The captain looks over you and smirks. Now, we already had this discussion. I cannot disclose to you exactly what the item is. My 2 representatives here will be able to direct you in the right direction, I suppose, when you reach the destination. Okay. As I said, we're looking for manpower. I do indeed.
Cool. So, just a quick question. Can it be, easily carried out? Or is it something
I love this game.
That's fucking huge?
It should be rather easily transported.
Me next. Is it green?
Hopefully not.
So we have 17 questions left, right?
Yeah.
Dear God, no.
Okay.
The other 2 do kind of begin to slowly make their way out onto the stone bridge. Sort of
Getting
like
a head start.
half getting going with it and half like slowing down to wait for you guys.
Wait for me.
To adventure.
I'd like to send Bridget ahead of us. She walks slower than us, but I'd like to have us walk behind Bridget because I can just summon her back. She she fall, and she can fly too. So if the bridge crumbles beneath her, she'll just fly.
Okay. Bridget does kind of begin to slink down the path.
Joke's on you. This trap is weight triggered.
It is now.
Are you just having Bridget go to the end of the bridge?
Yeah. I'm just gonna have Bridget walk all the way across the bridge.
Yeah, Bridget
we'll
scuttles across the bridge, and gets to the other side, no problem. It's there's nothing stopping anyone from crossing the bridge. For all you know, it might be open to the public during the daytime. But Bridget makes it
neat
back and forth.
Okay, I chase Bridget.
Okay.
Come on,
Glob
guys.
begins bounding down the path.
Okay, I guess we follow Glob.
Yeah.
Or I follow Glob.
I follow.
Are you guys just
Corvus
gonna
wants.
go straight all the way down the bridge and up the main path, or are you gonna try to take any other alternative routes you can think of?
Well, Ludo doesn't have good stealth, but if Hayes wants to carry him in his lighter, we could get 2 of us.
I was about to say, because Hayes has been here before, but I think that we established that they were usually preoccupied by other activities to go sightseeing. So I guess they would they maybe know anything about this place?
I guess roll a history check.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Remind me again. What were Hayes' other activities?
Visiting bars and brothels.
All right, make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a pipe and see
That
where it goes.
first one. The first one's a dirty 20. Come on.
Okay.
And the second one's a 12.
Okay, not bad.
So 12.
You definitely know that you've seen people cross this bridge. Maybe you looked out the window of a brothel you were at once and you kind of saw little shapes passing back and forth. You guess it's probably open to the public to some extent, or travelers with some sort of business in some capacity. But what was you were just trying to remember anything you could about the island itself?
That and like basically, yeah, because like what I really want to know is like anything about like the guards, like how well guarded it is, but I don't really think that Hayes would be able to learn that.
No, there's not much. Yeah, there's definitely nothing ringing your memory about any sort of guard system that was going on the island across the way. But,
would the guards be amenable to talk?
It's possible you would have to approach the guard towers to discover that.
I mean, we know I can make anyone amenable, so.
Aw, yeah. Giggity.
You can see that the other two kind of like started to hook up, like tie ropes to themselves as if they were going to climb across the side, and now they're like slowly untying the ropes and just looking at you guys.
So are we...
You gotta be careful with that phrase, hook up.
And ropes.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
All right. Let's everybody keep it in their pants for a few seconds, okay? We haven't gone to that part of the session yet.
You know what? No. Hayes looks at them holding the ropes and goes, "Oh, I didn't know it was that kind of mission."
The orc and the elf one both just kind of look at each other and turn their own respective shades of red.
The orc
kind of straighten up
and great bodice ripper title.
Ludo pats one of their shoulders and says, "Don't worry, we tend to fail upwards."
The elvish woman kind of looks down at you. How comforting. So are we going up the main path then?
Is there a door?
At the base of the tower?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you can see this sort of large door there. It's past the two sort of stone outcroppings.
Is there enough of... Is it locked? I checked to see if the door's locked.
You have not gone up the main path to reach the tower yet. You're crossing the bridge.
Main path.
What exactly is the side path again? Like...
They were just talking about
how
like...
difficult terrain?
It wouldn't be that difficult. You see there's like bushes, there's some trees. Like it's more about coming at it from like a more... The difficult part is that because of the way it's cut out and everything, you'd probably have to for it to be worth it to fully avoid the line of sight of the guards, you would have to climb down along the side like stone of the bridge and island for a little bit to get up.
I'm just gonna go up the door and try to open it, see if anybody stops me.
Glob is just gonna run straight up the main path.
Glob, wait.
Are there any guards or anything? I mean,
there are the two stone outcroppings that have like torches going in them, and
I just try to go past them, just like walk like I own the place.
Okay, you begin tearing your way up the main path.
Not running.
No, just sauntering. Okay, yeah, no,
yeah,
like you own the place.
I wave to the guard.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Performance persuasion. That is a 16. 15 plus 1.
A 16. Okay. You begin to just saunter up through these two guard posts. One of the guards even kind of like glances at you as you pass by and just kind of
work? What the fuck?
And just kind of smiles and nods, and then one of the other guards kind of gives him a look, and like you've almost made it past the outcroppings before he's like, excuse me, sir. Sorry. Hi. Would you mind holding on just a second?
Okay. I grab some ground.
I do want to like walk towards. Yeah.
Are the rest of you approaching now?
Are both of the guards involved with Glob?
One of them less so than the other, but he's paying attention to what's going on with Glob.
I mean, it's not like we're exclusive or anything.
Does it seem like Ludo could potentially skirt around them now that they're like interacting with Glob? Like use Glob as a distraction?
It's possible if you want to try. They're not looking like down your way on the path anymore. They are both looking at Glob, who is basically on the other side of the towers now. So they're kind of like diagonally looking up towards the tower rather than down the path.
So I think what I do is I send Bridget to just like fly past them and cause a distraction, and then I try to like skirt past behind them.
Are you trying to do the side path?
No, I'm just gonna skirt. I don't want to send him climbing around. He's got like negative strength.
Well, no, like I think what Sam's saying is that like since they're distracted, we could try the side path.
Well, I'm just saying they're not looking back down at the path, and I know what Ludo's talking about right now is just skirting just around like the guard post, right? Gotcha. And up along, rather than because they're not like fully paying attention to just like anything right now. Their focus is a little more concentrated. So he's talking he's talking about still trying to sneak, but without the difficulty of scaling along the side of the island.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Because like in the movies, like the lady walks up to the guard and is like, "I lost my purse," and then like the guy just like walks behind really fast.
Yeah.
If that is something you guys would like to attempt while these guards are preoccupied with Glob, then that's something you can certainly try.
Sure.
That is what Ludo is going to try us.
Okay. So anyone who is attempting that, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Can I get the help action from Bridget flying?
You can all have advantage because Glob is in conversation with them.
Nice.
Dancing, apparently.
Thank God, because that was a natural one on the first roll.
Oof. 21.
Jesus Christ. That's 15 for Ludo.
11 for Corvus.
Okay. I will roll for the other two who are just kind of, right now, just kind of following suit with whatever you guys are doing. And a little bit taken aback by...
the elf and the orc.
Yeah. By, like, the immediate confidence of what you guys are doing that they did not expect you to have. Just decisions being made fast. They're just trying to keep up. All in all, you guys begin to, as kind of a closed unit, shift through the light brush along around the side of these guard towers.
Hayes wants to, Hayes is gonna like as we skirt past, just kind of like scan, like make note of the guards and like what they look like.
Okay. One of them is just sort of a balding, middle-aged man with sort of this big beard. His big black beard. And then the other one appears to be a sort of younger, elvish gentleman. Kind of long ears, but they almost begin to curl a bit at the end. And he's the one who did not notice Ludo at first. Not Ludo, sorry. Did not notice Glob at first. And so it's the bearded gentleman who has come up and kind of...
Why are your ears so curly?
Well, that's not really a...
Oh, my friends are leaving. I gotta go.
Question to ask someone. Okay. Okay, so the rest of you begin to curl around the side and move your way through the brush. Meanwhile, this other gentleman is talking to you, Glob.
I gotta go. I don't want to talk to you.
I'm sorry, sir, but would you mind stating your business here at the tower?
Yes. My name is Star Killer. And my business is to be the most fearsome pirate or possibly a sail of a ship.
Could go either way. I'm not picky.
Sir, do you have your papers on you? Your title of membership
Let me
to
check.
enter the tower after hours?
Another.
That is a bone apparently belonging to a small creature.
You want it?
I do not. I cannot imagine the diseases that exist on that object.
Down the hatch.
Oh my god. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to turn around and leave.
I was with some people. Do you see them?
You were with some people.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I don't see
His
them.
eyes immediately dart over to the younger gentleman who perks up and begins kind of scanning around. I need all of you to make another round of stealth checks.
Would it be okay for Corvus to wild shape into a giant spider at this time?
Oh my god.
Wild shape into a giant spider?
Yes, it gives you +7 stealth. I imagine they will do
want
it
to-
out of
I want-
stress.
I do want you can do that 100% if you want, and it is what you said, but I'm going to tell you this once. You can wild shape into the regular size of creatures too. You could wild shape into a regular spider.
I will consider that. Can you give me a moment?
Yeah, I'll give you a moment. You think it through, and you tell me exactly what you want to do. There is a right answer here. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there is a right answer.
I really wonder what it is.
It's otter.
In the meantime, Hayes got 17 for stealth.
17? Okay. This is being contested by, like, the DC is the perception check I just rolled for the elf.
That is another 15.
Okay.
All right. Corvus is going to stress shape into a normal sized spider at this time.
Okay.
And that's a nat. That's a 20 plus 4.
20
Sorry.
plus 4 is a natural 20? I mean, you didn't have to roll anyways. You're just a regular spider.
You're just a spider.
Oh yeah, no one cares.
What that means is that not only does the guard not notice you, but everyone loses track of Corvus.
I mean,
where did you go?
doesn't Corvus do the...
Go ahead, Ada.
Oh, sorry. Wasn't like Corvus in the vicinity of like Ludo and Hayes? So like when they do that thing where they get the cape and like wave it over themselves, they would have seen that. But then like wherever Corvus is, they don't see it anymore. Right?
Is he in danger of getting stepped on?
I guess we'll find out. So Corvus kind of pulls the cloak over, and the cloak just kind of spirals down and gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then the creases in the spiral sort of begin to define out into 8 tiny little legs, and just transforms into a little spider, and just begins to scuttle.
Now Corvus just has to crawl inside their ear and turn back to normal and blow up their heads, right?
Oh my god. You know what? If we can explore that if we get there.
No more words out of your mouth. No more words. You are not allowed. No more. You've reached your quota for the day.
Ant-Man should have killed Thanos.
Should have aimed for the head.
Alrighty. Corvus is gone.
Hayes would like barely registers it, completely focused on this disaster happening in front of them. Well, or wherever it is.
Yeah. You hear that, you all kind of get lower in the brush, reposition yourselves, throw any hoods over yourselves. No failures. You all kind of hunker down for a second. The young elf kind of just gives a quick glance, almost half pretending to look over the brush, and then just kind of turns away. He rolled an 11. And then just kind of looks back at the older gentleman, just kind of shrugs. The older gentleman kind of looks back at you, Glob. You want to tell us where your friends went, kid?
Let me roll a perception check. And let's see.
Do you want to roll a perception check to see if you can see them?
That's an 11 minus 2.
Your friends have abandoned you.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And at this point, this older guard kind of leans down a little bit to get to your Glob's typical height and kind of looks you. Does Glob, I forget, does Glob have like eyes of any sort, or is he just kind of exist?
There's like eye spots. Like,
okay.
Like black dots that kind of float around inside of it.
Okay. He kind of tracks your eyes for a second before they finally settle. And he stares directly at you.
I'm all alone.
Listen, kid. If you think you're the first group of kids to try to break into this tower, you got another thing coming. I've worked this job for 20 years, and I've never let a single kid get inside of this tower, not on my watch. Tonight's not going to be the night, you understand me?
You need help? I don't have anybody.
I'm gonna have Bridget telepathically send like ideas of like companionship to Glob.
Ideas of companionship?
Yeah,
Hayes just has immense guilt.
Oh no.
God.
Because pseudo dragons can do that.
Yes.
And images. He's gonna send an image of like Ludo like waving at him.
Oh. Can Corvus make their way somewhere where it's visible to Glob?
Spider.
Yes, I'm the spider. Corvus the spider.
Oh, this little spider's covered in feathers.
Because I want Corvus to start weaving as fast as they can a web with like a heart on it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Charlotte's Web strategy.
Yeah, you scuttle up a tree directly within Glob's line of sight and just begin. Make an athletics check for me.
All right, bet.
What is this game?
Care.
This is
13.
The best episode.
This is cheer Glob up. What was it? Sorry.
Yeah, 13.
13. Okay.
Does
you
it
begin
just look like boobs?
Just furiously spinning this web. You're like swinging from your own webs, crisscrossing back and forth. It's not great.
Glob's watching and just like.
Out of one of your eyes, Glob just kind of peels off to the side on its own as you're just watching the spider losing its mind in a tree next to you.
What does it make? What are you making, little spider?
Yeah, it looks more like an arrowhead than it does like a heart. You're not sure if it's a threat or not. It's vaguely comforting, but maybe that's just the signals Bridget is sending into your head. You're very emotionally confused.
Bob pauses for a moment and then eats the spider.
I kind of saw this coming.
You try to. I mean, the trees that would be just a little bit away from you. You're gonna try to run over and eat the spider.
Oh, that's a nice web.
What's great is that we're probably so far away that we can't, like, well, I guess, no, yeah. Okay, never mind. Oh, God.
Okay. Make an athletics check for me, Glob.
15 plus 2 for 17.
15 plus 2. Okay. The older gentleman, as soon as you go to move, tries to grab you, and you just slip down underneath and book it towards the spider. I feel like Corvus wouldn't even see this coming.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, unless their druid senses their spidey senses tell them otherwise.
I feel like spiders are pretty used to people walking through their webs. Glob, you just chomp down on this spider.
Oh, God.
Corvus, you just see your spider vision is just engulfed with green from all sides as Glob just... Glob is green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They can dye their color depending on what they eat.
Just engulfs you, and it's just all green, and there's just this weird, disorienting, sticky feeling all around you. I guess it would be warm. You knock into something hard inside of this jello-like goop. You get a flash. Yeah, you get just a flash of white bone for a second. As you're caught up in this turbulent swirl of the plasmoid form of Glob.
Roll more like roll vor.
Oh, and we found the episode to the title episode.
That's the end of the episode, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
Roll credits.
Yeah.
I spit it out. Blah.
Do you just spit it immediately back out? Okay. You are then.
I do. You smell, or you taste like Corvus smells.
Like peanuts.
How does he know that?
There, Spider Corvus, there is a second where you are just floating in green abyss. And then, like a geyser from beneath you, you begin to be ejected back out, and you are just like somebody throwing a stone, just bounce across the cold earth once more.
Oh my gosh.
I poke the spider.
Corvus is like furiously like rubbing their legs together, trying to get all the goo off, like putting it on their mouth, you know?
Oh god.
Yikes.
I like to think that the rest of you are just at the edge of the foliage, just watching this take place.
Just like don't even know how to react. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Do you need a friend, little spider? You remind me of somebody that I used to know.
Corvus is still cleaning themselves in like a frenzy.
The older guard kind of comes over. All right, kid, it's time to go. And he just
this is my new friend.
That's very nice. I need you to leave in silence. You can do it willingly, or we can do it by force.
Okay.
The easy way or the hard way?
Exactly.
Before they can start fighting, Ludo like gestures at Hayes to like go to the door, and he's gonna go out and cast Charm Person on both of the guards.
Can you do multiple targets?
Yep, one per spell level. And I only have second level spell slots.
Okay.
Wait, so what am I doing?
Gotta go to leave. Keep going.
He's telling you to just go.
Yeah, just go.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
just go.
Okay.
This is my worst nightmare.
What does Ludo's Charm Person look like? Like when he casts it?
So I think it's kind of like metaphysical, like the his tattoos glow, and it's like these spectral chains sort of like launch out and then like sort of wrap around their heads and then like disappear.
Okay. These spectral chains begin to wrap around these two individuals, and you see their eyes begin to enter this sort of trance-like daydream state, and the chains wrap around their head, and then instead of disappearing, they tighten, and then break.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And you see both of them immediately look over at you and just lock eyes. And the
I asked
elven...
the spider, did you do that?
Corvus is like just doing this motion, rotating themselves and like shaking no.
The elven gentleman immediately looks to the older guy and is like, I found them. He's right there. And like just jumps at you, just physically tries to tackle you.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Oh god. Okay. So that's gonna be
Are you dropping a rock for your dice? What is that?
I've got a metal dice.
Perfect for podcasting.
But I rolled.
Yeah.
But I rolled a 19 on the die minus 2, so 17.
Awesome. He rolled an 8, so
Nice.
you just kind of leap above as he dives down below you and land on his head. What are you guys doing?
One step ahead of the.
One trip ahead of the sword.
It's Ludo.
I steal only what I can't afford, and I think Ludo runs.
You just book it?
I run after Ludo. Come on, spider friend.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other two immediately break cover as well. Excuse me, pardon me. And just start going.
I sigh so fucking deeply and then follow after them.
The older guard kind of runs and helps the younger guy up. They're a little ways behind you, and then they both begin pursuit of you as well.
We tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
So wait, had Hayes hung back, or did Hayes try to go up ahead of time as well?
Wait.
Because Ludo told them to just go.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that's what I would have left as soon as
you went
Ludo
to cast
told
the
me.
spell. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you, at this point, you guys aren't super far away from the tower. So Hayes, you would already have just made it to the tower, and you see the rest running up towards you. So you have a moment here. You have these large doors.
I thought they were running away from the tower.
No, we're running towards the tower.
No, they're running towards the tower.
Okay, cool.
Oh, we're running towards the
Did
tower?
you expect that kind of tactical thinking?
You're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
Have you met us?
Oh.
We
Hayes
failed.
currently is wishing they didn't.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are all party members 30 feet away from Corvus?
Uh-oh.
Or
Probably
less?
just Glob and Ludo, yeah.
Yeah, right now, if you guys continue to make your way towards the tower, then eventually everyone will be within 30 feet of you, but as of this moment, probably just Glob, Ludo, and the other two who are sitting with you.
Okay, I will ask my question later.
Okay. Hayes, you have a moment here as everyone's running up behind you where you can kind of assess the situation. What would you like to do?
Assess the situation how?
You have the giant doors in front of you. You can see that, there's... You don't know if there's stuff that curves around the back. You don't know if there's any ladders, side entrances. Right now, there's just a single door in front of you.
I'm gonna go in.
You're going to try to open the door?
Yeah.
Okay, you pull on the handles, and it doesn't come. It's locked.
Immediately run around.
Okay, you begin to curve your way around the side? All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me real quick.
Cool. Let's see. That is a 13 total.
Okay. You would notice that... Sorry, one second. Awesome.
It occurs to me in retrospect... Yes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, it occurs to me in retrospect that we could have just put Ludo in his lighter, Corvus could have turned into a spider, and Glob could have been in the bucket, and Hayes could have just been a rogue.
Just mule, pack mule.
And it wouldn't have even mattered.
That plan almost happened, too, but you guys abandoned it very fast.
Hey, Sam, just
yes.
Quick question. If we had done that, which stat would we have used to climb? Athletic or acrobatics?
It would have been an athletics check, yeah.
They're the same. It's not much. It would have been. We would have had a decent amount of luck, probably.
I have juicy news. In my like level 2 spell slot, I have pass without trace.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Ada,
fucking god.
Sorry.
Ada, please. For the love of God.
Corvus is out of it today.
I forgot we had a druid. I should have asked.
Okay.
What do you mean today? We're always out of it.
So it was
What a time.
it was a 13 for your perception check, correct?
Yep.
Okay. You run around the side. The first thing you see is that about 15 feet above you, indented into the wall, there is a circular window that assumedly leads inside the tower.
How many feet up?
15.
15. Oh. Is there anything for me to climb on? Or hide behind? Just, like, panicky.
There are there's some bushes and a tree next to you. As far as climbing, like, the tower is kind of made of, like, this cobblestone, but it's not, like, super, like, grooved. Like, there's not a lot to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
You could attempt it, but there's not a lot there.
How far behind, or how far, I guess, like, how much of a head start do I have currently? Like, time-wise?
The rest of them are now just reaching sort of the front where the door is.
Okay. And I went around. Okay.
Yeah.
And, like, is this, like, the back or the side of the
It's the side.
The
it's
tower?
the side.
Okay. How close is the tree to the window thing, or the whatever?
It's probably about 20 feet away.
Okay.
The rest
You know
of
what?
you.
Fuck it.
Oh no, go ahead.
We're gonna try and climb. We're gonna try and climb.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Okay. Please be nice to me.
The rest of you now approach and reach the actual main doors. You saw Hayes kind of just slip around the side. We're going to get to whatever Salem is horrified about in a second. What are the rest of you doing as you approach this door? You saw Hayes go around the side. You can see these two probably about 25 feet behind you, now scaling up the sort of hillside coming
I'm
out.
chasing Ludo, carrying my new spider friend.
Okay. So Ludo is going to try and Eldritch Blast the door, and if that doesn't work, he's going to run around with Hayes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay, roll damage.
Yeah.
I'll grab D10. Oh my god, I've forgotten which one's a D10. Here we go. That is 9 damage to the door.
9 damage to the door. You really mess up the handle of the door, and some of the wood splinters. But are you gonna go and try to open it now?
Yeah, I'll try and open it.
Yeah, you go to open it. It's still stuck.
Okay.
It wasn't quite enough to break the lock mechanism.
So that's an object interaction, and that's an action. So I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna run around the building.
Okay, you begin to just book it right as the guards are now coming up. Glob, are you just following suit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ludo, look, I found a spider. Ludo, look.
Oh god,
Corvus.
spiders!
Corvus, is there... Oh god, is Ludo scared of spiders?
He is now.
Oh.
Now that he's seen one drenched in green slime.
Oh my god.
Corvus is really feeling really bad about themselves.
This is how it truly is.
Corvus, is there anything you would like to do in this moment?
I was considering using the unwild shaping as a bonus action and then casting Pass Without Trace on the people surrounding me. Not sure if that's a possibility.
So how does Pass Without Trace work?
That's
You
what
get
I'm...
blessed into yourself.
Is that it? Like
out of magical means.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a I don't think you can throw it down like a smoke bomb. I think if they see you, they see you.
You could cast fog cloud. That would keep them from seeing us.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to see anything either.
I removed fog cloud from
there's
my spells.
Yeah, there's nothing. That's really funny because that might be the most useful.
I was thinking about that.
So pass without a trace. Yeah. Okay. So if you've been detected, it still works. Like it still gives you the bonus to your stealth, but it doesn't like make you invisible. So you could get within range of everybody, cast it, but then you would need to all try to find a way to like lose them and hide again.
Got it.
Yeah. But yeah, it basically just gives you a +10 bonus to your stealth. And then that's on top of your other bonuses as well.
Got it. At this point, I don't think it would be advantageous to try to hide, right? Since they're pursuing us.
I mean, it depends on what you guys decide to do. There is like foliage and greenery and stuff, and it is nighttime, so it is.
Oh, it's nighttime. Okay.
Yeah, I mean there is like a moonlight glow that comes, especially from this whole area. But yeah, once you guys reach Hayes, if you would like to do that, that is totally up to you.
Okay.
Salem.
Thank you.
What did Hayes roll for their athletics check?
A 7 total.
A 7 total. You put one hand on the first stone, one hand on the other, hoist yourself up, put another hand, go to put your foot on, and immediately slip out and just come down, crashing to the ground. You feel something tweak in your ankle just a little bit. Nothing to do any permanent damage, but it feels wrong. These stones are sleek.
Cool.
Ice stones.
All right. If I'm gonna try and hobble over to the bush. Hopefully, I'll make it in time.
Okay. As you guys round the corner, you guys almost intersect with Hayes as you see Hayes begin to hobble over to the nearest bush. You are all within 30 feet of each other.
Okay, at this point, I think Corvus will like to unwild shape and cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay. So you cast Pass Without Trace. The sort of opalescent light coming from the tower is just sort of nullified in this whole area as just a blanket of darkness comes over all of you. What is your guys' plan from here? The two guards are now, like, you would have just broken line of sight with them slightly. So is there
dive
anything
behind
you
the bush?
Dive behind the bush? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would like
I hope it's a
everyone.
big bush.
I would like everyone to roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh,
Can we get to add a +10 to that?
You get so it's the roll plus your regular stealth bonus plus 10.
So that's
Okay, good. Oh,
21.
thank God.
That's a
31.
That's a 14 for Luda. I rolled a 2.
Oh my
18
God.
for Corvus.
That's a 24 for Hayes.
Okay. And what did Glob get?
Corvus, you were the spider? Wow.
I immediately put my hand over Glob's mouth and then put a finger up to my own.
21, I believe.
Glob got a 21.
No, I got a 31.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
So 15 plus 6 and then another 10.
Oh my God. Glob has a +6 in stealth?
Yeah. I had to sneak around a lot because people wanted to step on me when I was little.
That makes sense.
How the fuck do you have higher stealth than I do?
Because he's Glob. He's just good like that.
Fair enough.
Going through people's garbage makes you good at sneaking.
I don't quite know how to describe the events that unfold, as 6 individuals, counting the other 2 that are with you, all dive behind this single bush, as it is the closest thing, and you have a split second.
How big is this bush?
It is bigger now than it was before. But the smattering of this dog pile of different colored cloaks and garments is luckily dulled and made uniform by Corvus's pass without a trace in this veil of darkness. As the 2 guards round the corner and begin to look around and begin to walk slowly around the side and look over all the greenery, and then continue on around the back of the tower and disappear out of sight. Muttering to each other under their breath. You see the older guy smack the young elvish man in the back of the head for a second.
I'm so glad that my low roll didn't get them to see us, because I would have just Misty Step, but then I would have no spell slots.
As they disappear into the night.
As soon as they're like gone, I turn to Ludo, point at Bridget, and then point at the window.
Do I have rope? What's the question? Do you have rope? Somebody have rope. Somebody surely has rope.
One of you must have rope. Glob?
But first, I'll get Bridget to go look and see what's in there first. I'll get Bridget to go take a look first.
If none of you have rope, like if you can't find it directly on yourselves right now, then for sure one of the 2 that is with you has rope.
Yeah.
Somebody look at me. Is there any rope in me?
We'll make a rope out of the bones.
Corvus is like cradling their head in their hands and like mumbling to themselves.
I am so sorry that I ate you.
It's okay.
even before we do all that, I think Ludo sends Bridget to look up there and send him images of what's in there.
Okay.
Before we just jump in.
Bridget reaches the top and kind of perches on this very small ledge that exists between the edge of the window and the tower, and kind of begins to peer inside. The glass is a little bit warped. It's not perfectly clear, but there is this sort of opalescent light coming from the inside, and a very refined, smooth stone interior that is just kind of emanating this bright light. And there is this sort of central, you can't quite make out what it is. It looks like a pillar of some sort that has this almost shifting rainbow light coming off of it. And that's all you really get.
Cool. In that case, yeah, I'll send Bridget up with the rope. Let me look at her stats. Is she big enough for this whole thing? She's tiny, so I don't know if she can get a rope up there.
A familiar would probably be able to carry the end of a rope.
Yeah. Is there something for her to tie it on?
It's a great question.
How high up is it?
15 feet.
It's 15 feet up.
Why don't we just totem pole?
Throw me up.
Do you guys want to just throw someone up or totem pole? There's nothing directly outside of the window for the rope to be attached to.
I can stretch down. I'm stretched enough to make that.
Yeah. That tracks.
Yeah, but can Glob pull us up is the question.
How much does Glob weigh is the question.
I'm not talking to you, Hayes.
Okay then.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm so sorry that you thought we abandoned you.
I thought you left me. and I was all alone.
No, I promised we'd never do that.
I was angry. I didn't mean to say that.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Hug. I was like,
I hug them.
Corvus puts like a hand on Glob's head. I'm sorry, I have to get better at talking.
Ludo hugs them all with his little tiny halfling arms and just starts crying.
I keep forgetting that you're a halfling.
Ludo is tiny.
The orc and the elven woman both just kind of awkwardly look at each other.
I keep forgetting they're here.
I grab them both and pull them into the hug.
Corvus looks a little disgusted.
And just kind of give into it for a second. The elven woman is not having it. She's just kind of like tight into herself, arms tucked in, just kind of like shaking her head, and the orc gives in eventually and just kind of puts an arm awkwardly around. He actually can encircle all of you and kind of give you all a hug.
That was really comforting, Mr. Orc guy. Thank you.
I'm gonna lick the orc and say, "You taste like Corvin."
Corvin.
Thank you very much, I guess.
You're welcome.
All right, back to work. What are you two dawdling around for, huh?
Yeah, we're dawdling for.
And the elven woman kind of gives him a pat on the shoulder as he goes up, and he like kind of holds his arms out to Glob.
Okay, throw me up.
All right, let's do it.
And he's gonna attempt to throw you up.
Oh my god.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Toss the bucket.
If you toss the bucket, you'd probably break the window.
That's a good idea. Just throw Glob in with a rope attached to the bucket and just use Glob to break the window.
I mean...
He kind of...
That's the new plan.
He kind of looks...
The bucket?
Oh, the bucket. Ludo holds up the bucket. It's where Glob sleeps.
That's my bad.
You fit inside of this?
Uh-huh.
Here, show him, Glob.
I slide inside into it.
That is both amazing and disturbing.
There's two little eye spots staring up at him.
But he doesn't lose any mass, so he should still go through the window.
Yeah, I don't lose any math.
Alrighty. The orc takes the bucket and goes to throw it and slips on a bit of wet mud. And it kind of topples over for a second. He lands face down. The bucket spills. Glob, you go sliding out. And he didn't fall hard. He just kind of stays there on the ground for a second. And you can just feel the shame washing over his being. Before he kind of collects himself and grabs the bucket and just scoops Glob back into it. And just kind of grits his teeth and just hucks the bucket up through the window.
Hey, we did give Glob the rope, right?
I assume so. You guys watch. You guys watch as the rope kind of spins off into the distance, as Glob arcs up, and the bottom of the bucket smashes through the center of the circular window, and just disappears down the other side. Glob,
we should hold on to it.
You hit the ground on the other side, and there is the sound of the bucket hitting the ground just echoes throughout this chamber. And back to you.
I'm gonna get up on the windowsill and stick an eye stalk over.
The windowsill.
I don't think anybody heard us.
You are now 15 feet below the windowsill, but you are holding onto the rope.
Okay.
You shout that out though.
Okay.
The rest of you, the rope is there. The orc kind of pulls on the end of it.
Should be good to go.
And he kind of makes eye contact with the elven woman and then just kind of quickly looks away, embarrassed.
Ludo sidles up to Hayes. Is that what you call flirting?
Oh, you have so much to learn.
But they like each other, right?
The elven woman kind of, again, gently pats him on the shoulder and then just begins climbing quickly up the rope. Pretty easy, and the orc gentleman follows after. I assume the rest of you would like to scale the rope as well.
Yeah, I put Ludo on the rope first.
Okay. Ludo scampers up with his little tiny halfling legs.
Okay. You see Ludo's little halfling legs disappear. No, you just see his little halfling legs wiggle and disappear below the window.
And then I turn to Corvus and go, all right, your turn. Do you need a boost?
I have a question for the DM.
Yes.
So, like, can Corvus cast spells while they're climbing?
Theoretically, yeah.
Okay, because I have Featherfall just in case. Okay.
Well,
So
I mean, if you're falling, you're not climbing.
Don't worry, I'll catch you.
Right.
Also, keep in mind, you still have Pass Without Trace going because it's concentration for an hour, so don't cast other concentration spells.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay, thank you for the tip. Corvus looks at Hayes and says, I'm fine, and starts climbing as fast as he can.
All right, so Hayes is the last one to go up. Okay, cool.
Oh, also, I grabbed some like branches off of the tree or bush or something earlier. I meant to say that.
You grab branches?
Yeah, just like some twigs or something.
Okay, awesome. And then you make your way up through the window, yeah? Okay. When you all reach the ground in your own time, each of you sees that you are standing in a large opalescent chamber. Much bigger than it should be based on the outside dimensions of the tower. There is this glorious and massive opal pillar in the center of the room that just has this swirling rainbow-like light that is flowing upwards through it.
It's a TARDIS.
It's bigger on the inside.
You can see a number of sort of telescope objects and other pieces of art and maps and stuff depicting stars set at different like tables and looking booths throughout here. There are some books scattered about. It appears to almost be a like if you had to guess, this is the public chamber that anyone might be able to come in and out of. Sort of stargazing and just sort of general appreciation and research. You can see that there is a single door at the other end of the chamber with these sort of two beautiful sets of armor sitting on either side of it, sort of with all of these different constellation patterns etched into the armor itself. Each of them holding these opalescent weapons sort of fixed to their statue-like forms. Did Hayes bring the bounty book with them for safekeeping?
I can't remember if they like stashed it or what, but like if
Hayes didn't stash it in the last episode, but would Hayes have left it or brought it with them just in case?
No, they would have brought it.
They would have brought it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's right about now that in whatever pocket Hayes is hiding that like sort of tablet book in, you feel this small vibration emanating from that object.
Hayes, I think you have a text message.
No, to be clear, nobody else notices this. It's just soft enough. Like, it doesn't make a noise. It's just soft enough that you feel it sort of vibrate against your person.
Is it continuous, or is it just like?
It's sort of
like a text message.
It kind of goes in like 2 beats, almost like a text message. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Does Hayes react to that in any way now, or does Hayes wait?
Hayes waits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are in this room. Is there what would you like to do? You can see the door to the outside is over there. Sort of to your right-hand side.
Hello.
I turn to our companions and ask, all right, so what now?
Well, I believe now. Would you stop doing that? The window is busted. They might hear us.
Right.
You're getting me nervous here.
Thing.
If I have to take a guess, what we're looking for is up.
Yeah.
So, I don't think this room is going to do us much good.
Are there stairs?
He kind of looks over.
How do we go up?
That doorway over there looks like there might be some stairs after it. It's really the only way through.
Okay. I open the door.
It's just sort of like an archway with these 2 pieces of armor going through it, and you can see this sort of spiraling staircase.
There's armor going through the door?
There's 2 sets of armor flanking.
Can Leo tell, like, where the armor... Is there anything on the armor? Any kind of, like, icons?
Just these sort of constellation etchings, and then, it's just sort of, like, decorative... ornamental armor, and then one of them is carrying this spear with sort of like an opal tip on it, and the other one appears to have like a sword pressed against its chest that has an opal blade.
Does it mean anything to us, or is it just...
I would like to check for traps.
It doesn't particularly mean anything to you. You would like to check for traps?
Yeah.
Okay, how would you like to check for traps?
I want to go up to the suits.
Have our 2 friends ahead of us.
And like see if like I can, I don't know, like see any what is it? Like when you have like a robot or something that can like move in a certain way, and it has like almost like hinges, I guess. Like if I can see anything like that, I guess.
There doesn't appear to be anything that's attaching them to the wall necessarily that looks like it's meant to move them or anything like that. Not at first glance. So you're just sort of giving them a quick look up and down, just looking all around them. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any sort of mechanism attached to them.
I send Bridget through between them.
You send Bridget through between them?
Yep.
Okay. Bridget kind of scuttles from off your shoulder and flies across, just glides, and begins to come up and sweep up through. And as Bridget begins to ascend up through, the spear comes down and bats Bridget down across the floor. And you hear the metal of the armor come into place, and the helmet comes up.
Oh shit.
And the one with the sword brings it out, and they both begin to walk towards the group of you.